Okay, this interview is for my Civics and Economics Honors class. We're doing a citizenship project, and I would like to interview you. So would you first introduce yourself to us, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Señora Pacheco, and I'm from Puerto Rico originally. I have two beautiful kids, Bianca and Max Eduardo, and a beautiful husband, Hunk. He's my honey bunny husband, Pablo Pacheco. And I moved here to United States in 1994.
Okay.
And I love to be here in Eastville High.
Okay, can you describe the process you had to go through, as far as becoming a citizen and all the steps that it took?
Well, I became a citizen by my mother giving birth. In Puerto Rico, anybody who is born in Puerto Rico, you get citizenship automatically, American citizenship. Our nationality, we are Puerto Ricans. I am Puerto Rican, but I have U.S. citizenship, and it's because Puerto Rico made a deal in the late 1800s, early 1900s with the U.S. government, which we will give them some territory of the island, not becoming a state, but they have possession of some territory of the island if they give us citizenship to anybody who's born. When I moved from Puerto Rico to here, I didn't need to have anything, no passport, no green card, nothing, because it's like going from one state to another state. I just moved here, took an airplane, and got to North Carolina, Charlotte.
Okay. So there probably wasn't any difficulties as far as becoming a citizen? Were there any difficulties at all?
No, because you become a citizenship, a citizen as soon as you're born.
Right.
I guess, I just cried when I was a baby. I don't know how difficulties my mother had, but,
Okay. Overall, do you like living in the U.S.?
I do. I love it. People is very nice. Sometimes, you find people that they treat you differently because the way maybe I look or I speak. Like I remember when I went to get my driver's license, when I first moved up here, I had one from Puerto Rico, but you have to go through the process to get a driver's license from the state here. A gentleman was very rude. He did not want to help me because he said that I wasn't a U.S. citizen. He said, I need your social security number, and I gave it to him. He said, this is not real. I said, yes, sir, that's my real social security. Then I came back, and I brought my birth certificate. In my birth certificate, it has both languages. It has in Spanish and English. And he said to me, I can't read this. I said, sir, that's in English. And, I didn't understand why he treated me like that because I just needed a driver's license. And I went to the sheriff department, and I told them what happened. And the sheriff department called the license place and said, why are you doing this to this young girl? She's cool. She just need her driver's license. And yeah, when I went, that man was a different man. How are you, man? Just have a seat here. Let me see your birth certificate. Let me have your social security. Boom, and I got my driver's license. Well, no, I have to take the test, which I failed because I took it in English and I didn't know in English. But I took it again and I failed again. And finally, I said, do you have it in Spanish? And then I passed it.
So going back to the difficulties, you really have more when you arrived here than you did coming here.
Yes.
Because of the English
barrier. And also people. People, I think they're close-minded and they think that everybody that is from a Spanish-speaking country, that we need green papers, we need visas, we need documentation, when some of us, like Puerto Rico, we already U.S. citizen. A lot of people back then, I don't think they knew. This gentleman didn't have a clue that I was as U.S. citizen as he was. And then he realized when, after he got that phone call, but it was more here than really actually coming from Puerto Rico to the U.S.
Okay. So,
now you have to go through like you have to go through customs office. And they check your birth certificate, they check your social security, and they check the luggage that you bring. But that's a normal procedure from anybody who leave the country, or the agricultural ag, something like that, ag custom, just to check that you're not bringing any hazards to the country that you're going to. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Was it hard getting a job when you first arrived here?
It was because I didn't know good English. And even though I have a bachelor's degree from a university, it was difficult. But I just got the first job. I just went and looked for a job. The first job that people say, yes, we hire you, I'm going to do it.
Okay. What advice would you have for any non-U.S. citizen that would like to become a citizen?
I did not have to go through that process, but I have close friends that have. And one of the things that really struck me when they went through the process is that they have to really have a good criminal record. They have to show that they've been a good citizen, no felony, no bad credit standards. And when, especially, I know this lady, she was probably on her late 60s when she became a U.S. citizen. Do you know that she needed to learn U.S. history and the Pledge of Allegiance and all these things that probably you don't have a clue. Yeah. And you go through school here to learn about U.S. history and the name of the president. She needed to know the name of presidents. She needed to know specific dates, any issues that U.S. had with other countries that even wasn't related to her country. And it was interesting. She just nailed it down. She knew everything about U.S. And she said, I feel proud to become a U.S. citizen. Because she said, through that process, I really appreciate what this country has been through to get to where we are. And now what she did, she went to the immigration office and she said she got a resident permit. And it give you, it's like a visa, like for 5 years, 5 or 7 years, depending. Then during those 5 or 7 years, she needed to do a lot of process. You know how much she paid for each form? She feel like $500, $1,000, $2,000, $300 per each form that she needed to fill in, to turn in, to just get to the resident permit visa. Then from the permit visa, she got a residency visa. Then after the residency visa, she became a U.S. citizen. It took her, I think it was 8 years to do that process. She said she spent over $10,000 in that. Meaning, immigration office, they're making money with the people that come here illegally. That's just no doubt about it. Which is you should pay if you want to become a U.S. citizen or any type of citizenship. But they're making a good money because paying $500 for a piece of paper to fill out. $300, that's a lot of money. Yeah. But she did it because, her brother requested her through the immigration office to come here from Cuba. And she came from Cuba, and during all that process, she became a U.S. citizen. And anybody who want to become a citizen, just like anybody else, doesn't matter where you're from, serve your community. Help your community. Be a good citizen. Don't commit a crime. You go, bad boy, what are you going to do when they come for you? Just give a good example. And, I haven't also learned the language. Don't forget about your culture and where you came from. But learn the language. Because, that's an advantage to know more than one language.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for answering my questions, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Make a good